Here's what we will cover today. I will introduce you from the following three aspects: why data resilience matters, Vinchin action, and architecturing the future. At the end, we will have an interactive lucky draw. Okay, let's talk about the first part. Why data resilience matters. The new era of continuous protection. With users' expectation and demands for service are becoming increasingly strong, the amount of data stored on the internet is rising, making data security issues become more and more important. However, there are some potential data security threats. The first one, critical data was changed or deleted due to human misoperation, and natural disasters such as fires, earthquakes, or floods that cause catastrophic damage to data centers. Besides, software or hardware broken and ransomware attacks lead to user information leakage. So in the recent years, companies already took solutions to prevent some threats, but ransomware attacks still cause heavy losses to them. As you can see in the picture, different industries break down, lost huge amount of money per hour, especially for finance industries. They may lose over $6 million, which would be a huge damage to companies. In 2024 January, American financial giant Loan Depot lost nearly $27 million due to a ransomware attack, and the personal information of more than 6 million users was leaked. In this case, they need a data resilience strategy. Vinchin is able to provide a comprehensive data resilience solution based on different customers' needs. So what is data resilience? It refers to an organization's ability to recover from data breaches and other type of data loss. In order to protect data from ransomware attack, many companies, especially for finance industry, need always be prepared to implement a data resilience strategy. This strategy should accomplish the following objectives. First, attempt to recover lost or compromised data, and strengthen defenses for data storage. And next, establish appropriate data protection measures. And last, restore proper data availability. The optimal time to develop such a data resilience strategy is before it is needed. Okay, let's talk about why data resilience is a new standard for business continuity. Here, I summarize them into 5 points. The first one, ensure continuity of operations during cyber attacks or natural disasters. Minimize downtime by enabling rapid recovery of critical data and systems. The second one, address risk from ransomware and accidental data loss. Strengthens defenses against both internal and external threats. And the third one, maintains customer and partner confidence by demonstrating proactive data protection, avoids reputational damage from information breaches incidents. And next, align with legal and industry standards, for example, like GDPR, to avoid penalty or legal liability. Last but not least, cloud-native applications and the distributed system all rely on high available data access. Data resilience is the foundation for building and operating these complex environments. Okay, next, let's go to the second part, Vinchin action, comprehensive safeguards for every scenario. Let me explain with you about Vinchin's exclusive V2V migration, which helps users to increase flexibility in migration between different platforms and reduce dependence on a single vendor. As you can see the picture on the right side, we support most of market mainstream virtualization's bidirectional V2V migration. The V2V migration process is streamlined. It is based on backup and recovery process. Just like performing the normal recovery, no need to operate on the virtualizations or any extra configurations and agent installation. Our self-developed VMCE, which means Vinchin Machine Change Engine technology, will automatically process with the conversation between two virtualizations to complete the whole migration process. For V2V migration, Vinchin supports batch for VMs migration scenario and instant VM V2V migration for maintaining critical business continuous. And for cloud platform, we also support AWS EC2 and Huawei Cloud ECS. In the next version, we will support Alibaba Cloud. If your critical business VM is down and you have to maintain business continuity for daily operation, then you can choose Instant Restore. You can run instant restore job to resume business as soon as possible. Normally, the RTO will be less than 1 minute. The principle here is to create an instant restored VM with the same configuration of the original one, then mount the backup data to the new VM and directly run business on it by using backup storage. The whole process will take about within 1 minute to recover all the data, regardless of VM size. This is especially suitable for emergency situation, and during business off time, you can carry out a live migration job to transfer data back to the production area. To keep your data safe, secure, and recoverable from any disaster happened, it is better to maintain 3 copies of your data on 2 different storage types. And if you cannot accept data loss or business downtime, your backup solution needs to realize RPO and RTO nearly 0. So for Vinchin's DR solution, firstly, we support offsite copy. You can deploy 2 Vinchin servers both on-site and off-site. Keep one backup data on-site and send another and off-site. When site disaster happened, you can either retrieve data from offsite center back to rebuilding environment, or directly restore data on offsite location to resume business operation. Secondly, Vinchin support directly archiving backup data to a wide range of cloud object storages, including AWS S3, Microsoft Azure Blob, Step3, Wasabi, and some other more. This is another useful DR solution. You can retrieve data from cloud to rebuild the environment. Vinchin can support backup data verification for all virtualizations and public cloud to test the availability of backup data. This is realized by Vinchin's self-developed embedded KVM virtualization, which can help to do backup data verification. The basic principle is that first, in the new version of Vinchin backup and recovery, there exists an embedded KVM virtualization deployed in the software. So in this way, Vinchin can create an isolated verification lab by creating a lightweight VM and set up an isolated network in this lab to use it to imitate real production environment. Then we can use VM created here to testify corresponding backup data availability through instant restore technology. For the verification method, we offer ping, heartbeat, and screenshot 3 ways to check the status of VM. Various detection will be supported in the next version. You can set up once-off manual verification job or schedule automatic verification jobs daily, weekly, and monthly based on latest backups. And you will get verification reports once the job gets done. And so with the result reports, you can check whether the data is good for use with no virus, no damage for the data on VMs. And to guarantee VMs are always ready for recovery. So we have learned about Vinchin's series of functions for protecting data resilience, including encrypted transmission, copy, archive, offsite disaster recovery, instant restore, data verification, and etc. In addition, I would like to introduce our anti-ransomware storage protection function. Vinchin has a core principle of storage protection for anti-ransomware. Inject the Vinchin anti-ransomware core process at the kernel level, enabling real-time monitoring of system I/O activities. This allows for the interception of malicious modifications and deletions of stored data by an authorized process, ensuring the security of backup data. Data protection is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Different business needs different level of backup and DR strategies. Vinchin provides a layered data protection architecture that ensures your data is always available in any situation. Okay, let's take a more detailed overview about Vinchin's backup and the DR solution. As you can see in this picture, here are all the workloads that Vinchin can protect for your business. The supported platform including market mainstream virtualizations such as VMware, Microsoft Hyper-V, Proxmox, mainstream cloud platform, database, physical servers, applications, files, and NAS device. For VM backup, it is an image-based agentless backup solution. For physical backup, Vinchin supports application-consistent database backup, physical Windows or Linux server backup, Exchange server backup, massive file backup, agentless NAS device backup to protect your entire physical machine system. For the backup storage destination, except for on-premise storage, you can directly send backup data to various cloud storages, or copy backup data or archive backup data to the cloud. Our solution is all-in-one solution with one unified web console for centralized management. It is easy to deploy and easy to use. Almost no learning curve for our user to master the backup and the recovery operation for your entire IT infrastructure. Next, let's talk about the last part, architecturing the future, scalable design for infinite possibilities. As you can see in this picture, this is our product future plan about Vinchin. Vinchin is going to support Oracle database replication, file level replication, and embedded DR lab takeover, including VM, cloud instance, and the physical server. One exclusive function we are going to release is X2X migration, which like physical to virtual, virtual to physical, virtual to cloud, and cloud to virtual. Besides, we will support warm immutable storage, backup data, malware scanning, and Vinchin high availability in the next version, which improve the security resilience of backup system. Last, Vinchin will compatible with more platforms. Specifically, we are going to support air gap and integration with third-party storage, agentless Nutanix AHV and Alibaba Cloud. Okay, let's look at this client case. The National Institute of Education in Singapore. Customer has around 300 VMs, some Oracle database and Microsoft SQL Server database. Total data size is around 500 terabytes. Need backup solution to protect their data asset. Deploy Vinchin server as a VM for backup job management, and deploy 5 Vinchin nodes on 5 physical servers to process backup data. Each node will process around 100 terabytes data. Connecting each Vinchin node to Vinchin server, all nodes will be managed by server. It is recommended to deploy another standby Vinchin server as VM. Take auto configuration backup job regularly on Vinchin server. Once server done, user can directly add Vinchin node on standby Vinchin server and import configuration to resume backup job on standby Vinchin server. In the future, there are several enhancements we can consider to further optimize the current architecture. The first one, deploy high availability for the Vinchin server to ensure continuous backup operations without service interruption. And next, upgrade all storage devices to warm to enhance data immutability and compliance. And next, enable the DR lab feature to regularly verify and the integrity of all backup data and perform malware scanning. Only validated and clean data will be allowed for copy or archive operations. In addition to existing offsite copy and archive, add one more copy of backup data to the cloud for enhanced resilience.
Here, now you can see the home page. At this page, you can see the information of the home, jobs, backup, storage, and even the system monitor. And you can see on the left side, here are the functions Vinchin can protect and provide for our clients. You can see the details of jobs, alerts, logs, reports, systems in the monitor center. And the rest of them are the items Vinchin can provide. Like we can protect the virtual machine, cloud, file server, database server, and the physical server. We also can provide the NAS share, S3 storage, and the application like the Microsoft Exchange Server and Exchange Online. And here, the next one, the server CDP, which means continuous data protection. Here's the advanced feature. And next, the data resilience part. This part is the DR solution, which can provide. We can do the data verification, the data copy, and data archive. And before we start a backup job, we need to do some preparations. First, we need to add the storage. Add the storage to store the backup data. This is the first way. We support the local disk, logic volume, 5-channel as discussed last year. This storage is for the on-premise backups storing. And you can also add the offsite storage for offsite DR, the cloud storage for cloud DR. And next, we need to add the infrastructure to Vinchin. For example, we can add the virtualization. Here, Vinchin supports 15 mainstream virtualizations on the market, like the VMware, Hyper-V, and Proxmox. All these virtualizations, they are agentless way to do the backup and restore and the migration. Vinchin has VMCE engine to do the agentless migration. Now we can start the backup job. Here you can see there are 4 wizards to create a backup job. First, we need to select the backup source. You can select one virtual machine or multiple machines or even the host or the virtualization, the whole cluster. And then click next. The second step to choose target storage. And the third step to set your backup storages, your backup strategies. You can see the general strategy, transmission strategy, advanced strategy. Here in the general strategy, you can set the schedule for your job. Normally we can set the full backup, the weekly full backup with a daily incremental. And next, set a throttling policy to limit your speed at business visit time. And next, Vinchin also support the data application and data compression. There are 4 different compression levels to choose. The higher level you choose, the more computing resource and time it will occupy. And next, Vinchin also can encrypt your backup data. You can enable this one to protect. And next, retention policy. Vinchin support short-term retention and long-term retention. If you want a long-term retention, you just need to enable the GFS retention tags. And the rest are some advanced strategy. You can add your transfer threads to improve the computing ability. And next, we can select the transmission strategy. Vinchin support multiple transmissions like NBD, LAN free, and hot add. Okay, and here are some other strategies. And next step, we click next to go to the last step to check our job and rename the job. And if no other problems, now we can submit this job. Okay, so this is a backup. This is the first step for the data resilience. First, we need to get the backup data. And then now I need to show you the restore and migration. Here you can see there are 3 different restore granularity. The full restore, instant restore, and granular restore. The full restore is a normal one, and instant restore is to use for some emergencies. You can pull up your backup data, your business, in 1 minute. It will use the NFS protocol to mount the backup data. Normally only use seconds. And the third one is a granular restore. In some cases, you just need to download specific files or folders without recovering the whole virtual machine. Then you can use the granular restore. So this is the 3 ways to restore. And there are 2 ways for migration. We can use the full restore or instant restore to do the migration. For example, if we choose the full restore to do the migration, first we can choose the restore point, also the backup point. First, we need to choose the source. As you can see, we choose the backup data from the stack cloud. And next, we need to choose the target host. We can choose to migrate this stack data to the VMware. we can do this pre-configurations for this new machine. We can rename, set CPU, RAM, and the storage network. Okay. Also, we need to select the guest OS tape. Now we go to the next. The third step, also set the strategy. Okay, now we can submit this job. Okay, so this is how Vinchin do the migration and restore. It is very convenient. So what's the difference between the full restore and instant restore to do the migration? With the full restore, you can do the batch migration or batch restore. But with the instant restore, you can only restore or migrate the VM one by one. So that's the difference. And the rest of the items, the cloud, physical part, NAS backup, S3 backup, and application backup, they are also the same to the virtual machine protection. You just need to add a storage to store the data, backup data, and add your infrastructure like the virtual platform, cloud platform, and NAS share S3 to the Vinchin. But this is a little different for the physical part. For file server, database server, and physical server, they are agent based. You need to install the agent here. You need to install the specific corresponds agent to the guest OS to your server. Then you can use the based backup to protect your data. Okay, for the CDP part, it can provide the real-time backup, real-time replication, and failover. So if you have some critical business, critical assets, then you can choose the CDP. And the next one, the data resilience part. I need to introduce these features in detail. First, the verification. Vinchin provides the verification lab. It is the embedded kernel level verification lab. First, you can create in your environment, in your Vinchin server. And then you can create the verification job by using this verification lab. This version, we provide the pin test, heartbeat test, and the screenshot to check if your backup data can be used. And the next version, the version 9, we will accompany with the capacity company, and Vinchin will have the ability to detect the virus and malware. Okay, so this is the verification part. And next is copy and archive part. Before we do the copy or archive, we need to add the storage used for the copy and archive here. You can add this local disk or local fiber channel, and some others, some local storage for the local backup copy. But obviously it cannot realize your DR solution. How to realize the DR? To the second site. You can see this is the offsite storage choice. You can select this one. And first, you need to deploy another Vinchin server to your DR site, and then choose. You can operate your main site, the first site, to add the offsite storage to of the second site. Then you can copy. You can do the offsite copy to the second site. Okay. Also same. This is the cloud object storage is simple. You can directly add it for the cloud DR. And after adding your DR storage, then you can directly copy the storage, copy the data from the first site to the DR site or to the cloud. You can directly use this data on the second site. Okay, this is the Vinchin's DR solution. Next, I want to introduce the security settings of Vinchin. Here, Vinchin has a storage protection feature. If you enable this one, Vinchin will lock the storage attached to Vinchin server. This feature can keep your data safe from malicious attacks, ransomware, and some other malwares. And even the root user cannot delete or modify any data from the backend. It can also prevent the data from the accidental operations from the admin. And another useful feature is access control. Here, you can set the blacklist and whitelist to authorize some or forbid some IP address to access your Vinchin server. So this is the Vinchin security features, and I need to emphasize that the next version Vinchin will provide the HA. Okay, this is the demo part of Vinchin's data resilience DR solution, and the rest of time I'd like to answer the question in the chat box and the Q&A box. I see one question on the Q&A box. Is the storage security is same as immutable storage? Yes, the mechanism, the result, this actions result, they are the same. They are all to protect the storage from the outside operations or attacks. But it still have some difference. That's a small influence, because the next version Vinchin will also support the immutable storage. Maybe you can download Vinchin to test and wait for our new version in the October. We will release the new version. And let me see the chat box. Yes, I see Sumei asked for that in the house licensing model. Uh, for different part, we provide different licensing methods. Maybe you can contact our sales teams to ask for the details of the listening model. And the next question, how about the in cloud? Can agent list backup or not? So you can check our help center on our website. I remember that in cloud is still not supported in this version. Maybe in the future we can back up and restore or migrate the in cloud. By the way, if there's a business chance, a big deal, you can directly ask for our sales team and support team to help to see if we can make adaptation for the in cloud. Yes. And next question, keep Kubernetes came from Vinchin backup. Yes, the next version, the version 9, we will support the Kubernetes. Okay, license model. Tama also asked consult also confused about the license model. As I know, for the virtual machine part, our license model is based on the host CPU or based on the virtual machine numbers. For details, you really need to ask for our sales teams to help. Okay, the next question. Can file level restore to the source location like file server? Yes, for different modules, they have different operations. Like for the virtual machine backup, now this version, the granular restore can directly download the files but for the next version, uh, the VM, the VM backup and restore, we can directly restore the files to the original server, the original virtual machine. And for physical backup part and the NAS and the S3 restore, it can directly restore the files or folders to the specific servers. And also for file backup, NAS backup and S3 backup, you can back up the data from all these servers or device and restore the file data among these three different devices. It is very, very convenient. And next one, Ziden. Is instant recovery possible? Yes, the instant recovery for virtual machine, it is supported. And uh, okay, you can see that. First the first step is to do the instant restore, but it only restore the only mount the backup data to the target platform. If you want to transfer this data to the target platform, you have to click migration after when this job running well. Okay, let me share. Let me share. Okay, you can see that. You can see on the page. We start this instant restore job, but now the data still storing in your backup storage. If you want to transfer all the data, all the machine to your target platform, you need to click the migration. Yeah, when its status showing running. Yeah, that's operation. And the next question is their tape device. Yeah, we support the tape device. You can see. You can for the tape protocol, we support LTO9 to LTO6 to LTO9, and we support the fiber channel interface and the SAS interface. And next, show the home page just real quick. So what's the meaning of this question? This is a home page. Yeah. And next one, storage security. Yeah, this one I answered before. Instant restore. Can we do the instant restore and the full restore at the same time? Actually, I think there's no need to do the instant restore and the full restore at the same time. But actually, we support to operate like this. Any roadmap for supporting HPE VM? As I know, currently we don't have a plan to support HPE. Maybe in the future we will consider to do this to adapt the HPE. And the next one, Eddie Kwok. Hello, Ethan. It's 8 announcing Vinchin version 9. Will it support file level restore to the original? Yes. The version 9, we will support the file level restore to the original location. Just operate it in the on the Vinchin server. Currently, we need to handle the granular restore to download the files. But next version, we can directly restore the file to the original location. Sumei and asked again, if doing instant restore the VM mounted on Vinchin server. Yes. No. If you're doing the instant restore, the VM is mount on your target platform, your virtualization, but the data is still still stored in the Vinchin's data storage. Just mount this data to the target storage. To the target platform. If you want to transfer the data to your platform, you need to first do instant restore and the next do the migration. That is the whole process. Yes, as you see, this is we already create an instant restore job. Now it is running now. We can check the the data from the from the VMware. Yes, you can see this one. This works. This one works. This instant restore job works. Now we can running this VM, but you know the data is still on the backup storage. How to transfer all the data to all the whole VM to the VMware. We need to click the migration to migrate all the data from the Vinchin server to the VMware. Just like Vim, if you click the instant restore, it will mount the image instantly for use and will do a full restore at the back end. Yeah. Now you can see what I'm doing is to do the migrate. Maybe that's a different. You said that Vim will do the instant restore on the front end and at the same time do the full restore at the back end. That's a difference. First, for Vinchin, we only do the instant restore on the front end. If you want migrate or transfer or restore the whole machine to the target storage, to the target platform, you need to need a further operation to click the migration. Yeah, that's the difference. Or if you want to do the full restore, you can directly use this full restore operation, the feature.